Hey, what's up, y'all? This is AJ.
This is Bryce.
And we are No Filter Brothers. And we got an awesome show tonight.
Wait a minute. First of all, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
We can say that 2020 is gone.
And I'm glad it's gone.
Boy, oh
Goodbye.
Boy, it has been a year.
Get the hell out of here.
So,
Now.
this is the first official week of the year. We're doing our first recording for 2021, and it has been a week
Because of who?
because of someone who likes to say the word that we don't even know what it really means, but
Big league. Big league. Feed her, big league. Big league. Big league. And I think we're going to make it big league. Big league. Big league. And that's what's happened, big league.
Well, let's talk about that because along with that bigly, you know he lies bigly.
lies.
Yeah, so let's talk about lies after Trump.
Well, I have been disturbed because we're 2 days out from them people who believe his lies, who Trumpsters.
Okay.
I think we may need to really identify for what they really are. We want to say they're Trumpsters, but there are some
Patriots.
There are some Trumpsters who are 100% opposed to what they seen happen on.
Republicans.
Well, I would say they're probably like the Proud Boys. Probably some people who wear sheets with holes in them. I would think it's more on that fringe, more so than just saying they're Trumpsters, because there's some Trumpsters or Republicans who are good and decent.
But wait a minute, it's 50% of our population agree with number 45. I almost can't even claim him as a president.
Well, they believe in him far as what he's saying he believe in, because I think what he's selling is not what he believe in.
I think
he's selling lies. He's selling lies.
In his mind, he believes it.
Well, let's talk about all those lies.
He's clearly not well.
True.
And I can't believe they haven't identified that after 4 years, a little over 4 years of his antics.
Well, I think it all was a surprise to everybody that he actually won. I think he was even surprised if you go back and look at the video footage of when he was coming out to accept. He's looking around like, y'all really did this?
Well, let's take a look at probably the most memorable 10 things that he's done in the last 6-7 years. We could actually do the top 1,000 because the facts say that he has lied at least 29,000 times.
29,562.
Oh, thanks for that.
And that was just as he was the president, not prior. That was
Okay.
just as the president. So,
Oh.
a lot.
What a guy.
A lot.
He bigly disturbs me.
You like saying that word now, huh?
Bigly. The first time I heard that, I was like, what the hell is he saying? But it's actually in a dictionary.
It's in the dictionary, but they actually had a speech therapist say that he actually was trying to say big league.
Oh.
And because he has a slight slur,
Does he?
well, I'm saying it's a slight slur. He's a little touched in the head.
But he teases people when they have slurs.
He teases everybody about everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you can talk about someone who's, well, we won't even go there because I believe his son may be a little special on the autistic spectrum. And
Which one?
The youngest son. So, and he tried to hide that, but yet still he wants to talk about other people. I think that's a little disturbing.
I thought you were gonna say the oldest one.
No, I think the oldest one is just like him, who may be also special. So, but
let's start talking. Okay, so my first recollection of him and even taking him serious is when he came out to talk about President Obama and the birth certificate. He was the cheerleader for President Obama finding his birth certificate or producing his birth certificate and saying that President Obama was not an American.
he definitely pushed that, and because of the way he pushed it, and you had some people who did not want to have a president of color, they got on that bandwagon. And
do you think that was his issue? He didn't want a black president?
Underlining, I would say yes.
Because why would he even question it? I mean, he was a businessman. He wasn't a politician at that time. And he grabbed a hold of that and did multiple things just to try to disprove that he's an American, that President Obama was an American.
Well, you have to take it back even further than that. As you know, we had the teenagers at the time, or I don't even know if they all were teenagers. They may have all been teenagers.
Oh, the Brooklyn Boys.
Yeah, and
What were
he
they called? Brooklyn 5?
Brooklyn 6.
six or seven,
Okay.
and he had a whole full-page ad saying that they should be put in jail, and they were proven they weren't even the ones. So, but he didn't care.
But it's ironic that he jumps, he gets asphyxiated on certain things and he just won't let it go. It's almost like he tries to become the authority over it. And so he's been wrong on numerous occasions. I mean, we could fact check and see that he's been wrong on a number of things, but starting with that one.
Yeah, and so I think that is where I can pull a little bit of history and my thought process, say that he does not like people of color from that episode, and it just continued down that path. So I would say that to me was
The start.
that was the start
for
where
you.
I can see it.
Okay.
And then when you have the birther situation, and when you look at the situation, even if you want to go from it, and when he was doing his show, where he would fire people, I guess The Apprentice, and everybody clearly knew that the African American candidate was well qualified, but he would not make him the winner.
But he did
But
hire
he hired
two. He
him.
hired two
He
of them.
hired him, but he did not want him to be the winner.
Well, look at Omarosa. She got to come up over him.
Omarosa did have a come up.
Did she win the season? I can't remember.
No.
She didn't win the
show.
season, but we have to think about, did Omarosa play that role to get where she wanted to be, and she never believed in it, or because they always talk about that couch that you have, the casting couch.
Wait, I don't even think it's that. I think it's the buffoonery. He likes black people who are buffoons.
Oh, wait a minute, what's the name of those two girls?
Oh man.
Buffy and Hilda. I don't know. They just
He
where are
loves,
they now?
he loves the outlandish, loud black people who would
And they were very cartoonish.
would take some money from him just to get their little 5 minutes of fame. And Omarosa, you are not welcome to the family reunion. No, you're not. So
No, I really want to
try.
come. I want her to invite me.
No.
I mean, she
can't come.
She has relatives that's right up the road in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
I think her husband's from there.
I bet you they don't invite her to the family reunion.
Well, I think she'll be entertaining.
Her black card is still revoked. But anyway, so we got the birth certificate issue. We got the how about the Hillary piece?
Well,
That was-
the black girls were Diamond and Silk.
Oh, great.
Pole dance names.
Do we remember them?
No, well, we remember the hairstyles and all that kind of stuff.
Their
But-
black card is still revoked.
Yeah. Now, he absolutely detests Hillary.
Yeah. He was fixated on Hillary. I've never seen anyone disrespect a public official like that before. Not on public TV.
Well, go back a little bit. Actually, Donald Trump was friends of the Clintons.
He was.
And he donated a lot of money to the Democratic Party.
But wait a minute, that's when him and Bill and Epstein were together on that island.
Yeah.
That little pedophile
that they
island.
trying to hide.
Yeah.
They-
Yeah, Donald was there.
Donald was there.
Yep, the pictures show it.
Yep.
So he's always had his hands in some
Mess.
thank you.
Yep,
I couldn't
some
think of
mess.
another name for it.
Mess.
But he always is involved in something, and I think he really believes that he is above the law. I mean, what did he say? That statement that I can kill somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it? He actually believes that.
Well, okay. Now, if we take a step back and really look at that, he believes that, and I think they may even let him get away with it.
He's gotten away with a lot.
That an average politician wouldn't get away with.
Right. Think about if Obama did half of the things that he did.
He would have been shot dead and shot again.
Well, go back a little bit. Bill Clinton had a blowjob, and they wanted to impeach him for having a blowjob.
True.
But Donald Trump done told
that
people
wasn't
down.
sex.
That's not the point.
He
But
didn't
Donald
have
Trump,
sex with that girl.
but he had a blowjob.
He didn't have sex.
But he had a blowjob. And so Donald.
It's considered oral sex.
Okay, Professor.
Anyway, moving back on to Trump and the lies after Trump. What were some of the other big things that he's done?
Well, let's say right now, if we just look at the latest election, and he's pushing the whole thing that he won the election.
Well, he really believes he did.
He is making people believe that, for those who are not of a certain educational level.
That's not true.
That's not true.
You can't say that.
Oh, I just said it.
You said it, but it's not.
That's not
necessarily
true. That's not true.
Some of his followers are
Some of the most wealthy,
look,
educated people in
he has
the United States.
130 senators willing to support his foolishness.
Okay,
And
they're
pretty
supporting
much-
the foolishness for their own support.
Well, for him too. Because
They're looking at votes.
If he got back into office, then they would have a easier time and get their palms greased or whatever you may even think that could come
But
out
that's
of
not to say
association.
they really believe it. That's just saying they're going with the flow,
Well,
going
you
with the
can't.
motion.
You can't really determine whether they believe it or not. You can't say, "Oh, Senator number 5, he believes it," or 6 doesn't. They have shown their public support for him, and think that the election was stolen from him. So that's support. 130 of people that are actually still in office is supporting his foolishness.
They are, but if you look at key states where there are Republicans in control of the state and he lost, they had, he went hard on Georgia.
Yeah,
The governor and of the Secretary of State.
Okay, that was another big item, and that happened last week, where he actually got caught. Like, he is so not smart that he said that on a telephone,
Yes.
and he told the Georgia official to find 11,000 votes.
Well, yeah.
Like, where
Go
the
find
hell is he gonna find 11,000 votes? Is he gonna dig paper up out of the trash? Is he gonna find dead people? Is he gonna find people
They're
who
in the
voted
back
twice?
room
What
in a
is-
box, and he just wants you to say you have them.
But the fact that he actually called 20 days before the inauguration and said find 11,000 votes is asinine.
It is.
And I can't even believe that he's doing it, but he's shocked us often.
Well, he
Weekly,
shocked
monthly.
us within the first 6 months.
Yeah.
He shocked us when he told Mexico they were going to pay for the wall.
Wait, he shocked us when he said he's going to run for president.
Well, yeah.
But that wall has been his Achilles heel because it was not built, has not been built.
And who paid for it?
We used military money to pay for the little portion that he did get built.
Right. But Mexico did not pay
Yeah,
for it.
Mexico didn't pay for it.
Right.
And they won't.
And they're
if,
not.
And if they want to get over the wall, they'll just climb over it.
Or go underneath it.
Right. So nothing has changed in reference to that wall in him. So he kind of claimed his race on building a wall and keeping those people out.
Now, one of the lies that he continued to say is that he can't release his taxes.
Oh, the tax issue. Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Every president before him has made their tax records available.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he wasn't early on, and he still has not.
Right.
He's on his way out the door, and
we
still
still
has
don't.
not. Well,
So-
why do you think he's doing that?
Well, because he wanted everybody to believe that he was a billionaire.
Okay.
And there were several other billionaires who saying he's not part of their billionaire club. So I think that would prove that he's never been a billionaire. And I think that's the biggest thing because Trump is all about keeping his status. And I think that's what the biggest problem with him is, that he has a humongous, or as he would say, a bigly ego.
Okay.
And we're gonna go ahead and go to our first break for this podcast.
Wait, but I just Googled him, and it says he is worth $3.1 billion in 2019. So maybe
And where did you get that information from?
this is off of Google.
He made it himself.
You think so?
Or his daughter put it out there.
Well, we'll be right back to talk about more lies after Trump.
Bigly.
Bigly.
Hey everyone, this is Bryce from Filter No Filter Brothers with some information. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain the details. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one spot to make a podcast. Download the free Anchor app and go to anchor.fm to get started.
What's up, y'all? We're back. This is AJ,
This is Bryce.
and we are.
Filter No Filter Brothers.
Thank you for saying that. We're back with.
We're talking about Bigley,
Oh, Mr. Bigley
Mr. Bigley.
and lies after Trump. So, our illustrious number 45, because I'm not calling him the P word, came to my attention when he first said that he's allowed to grab women by the pussy.
And why was that the first time you?
Because he was a public official and he was recorded saying it. I think that's our first indication that we are in trouble.
But he wasn't a public official then.
He was running for office.
when it came
That's when
out.
it came out.
Yeah.
Now,
When he
what's
was running.
interesting about that whole situation was that he was saying that, and he was on there with
Billy Bush.
Billy Bush, and Billy Bush got blackballed for a while, just being a media person. But he was allowed to become president,
Right.
so that's a double standard
I
within
mean,
that.
that didn't even matter to people. And I mean, we all have women in our family.
Well, you have women who
Mothers,
said you can come grab. They had a little sign saying you can come grab my punani.
and those must be the patriots and the Trumpsters.
That
and
was
stuff
definitely
that
that,
supported
yes.
that foolishness.
Or should he call it the WAP?
And I,
Ooh. Well, if he had some good WAP, maybe that WAP would control him. That's probably part of the problem. He doesn't have no good WAP.
so, an official, a public official, or any upstanding American saying that it's okay for him, that women will let him because he's rich or famous, grab them by the pussy is just ridiculous.
And you would have thought that with how it was such an uproar about everything going on with women being molested and Hollywood and all that, that this would have stopped it. But
I'm surprised that Me Too movement didn't come out a little stronger against
For
that
him.
and go after him for that.
It came out strong, but it just didn't touch him.
It didn't affect him.
I mean, see what they did with the bill.
and the uncanny thing is that he's on his third wife.
Yeah.
Now we know he's linked to at least
Well, that's a lot of people.
7 porn stars.
No, there has been 18 women who allege that he has had sexual misconduct with them.
Now
18.
that's a large number.
Yeah, but you remember when he was younger, he was a playboy. He thought he can get away with everything because that's been his whole life.
But wasn't there other people who were in the media and stuff who were younger and stuff happened, but now they're in jail?
True.
So,
But what color are they?
oh, they're people of color.
Okay. So
Or
there
you're
we
not
go.
people of color, you go to jail and you
You died.
magically disappear. You're killed.
Yeah.
Because
that's
it wasn't
true.
suicide, but hey, he had a lot of secrets, so they had to take him out.
But he's just a weird character. I mean, we talked about the little Epstein pedophile island. He was there.
Yes.
He just has no limits. It
So-
seems like. And so now that he's the most powerful man in the world, I think that's really what took him over the edge. That he didn't have limits before, and now that he's the most powerful man in the world, he thinks he can really do anything he wants to do. And I mean, he's probably been concocting just different episodes. Like, how outlandish can he really be? I think that's really what took him over the edge. So we won't be seeing him in 2024.
So we technically have, 12 more days of him being president?
12 days.
Now, I was doing my research,
And Pelosi's not happy.
which is kind of uncanny that he's getting a couple extra days, because normally it is the third Monday in January after the election. The third Monday this year falls on Martin Luther King Day. So I thought it would proceed to the next Tuesday, but
for some reason it's going to the Wednesday, and I didn't quite get to understand why it was Wednesday, but it's supposed to be the third Monday.
Well, he's a lame duck now anyway, so it really doesn't
He's a
matter.
lame duck who still has a lot of power.
Yeah, well, Pelosi's talking about making sure he doesn't have access to the nuclear codes.
I did hear that.
Which is good. I mean, there's so many things he has to do to start a nuclear war that I definitely don't think that would
Now,
happen.
what's shocking and what really had me disturbed was the fact that he called his followers to DC.
This
he
week.
called them. He called them to come.
Well, they've been planning this for weeks.
They've been planning them since he lost the election.
Right.
So they showed up.
And
10,000 plus.
And showed out.
Showed the hell out.
How do you organize a rally? And I wonder if it was an official organization.
It was they originally were outside of the White House,
Right.
and he said, "Let's march to the Capitol."
But they blocked the street off, so somebody had to get a permit to have.
They
all
had a
this
permit
stuff.
for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they had the
Yeah.
permit. So that means officials knew that they were going to have these people there.
Mhm.
And so him and some senators riled up his
Oh,
base.
yes. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. That was
His
crazy.
son,
Oh yeah, his son. Yep.
Oh, his attorney.
his attorney, who
Oh, yeah.
just
Crazy
recovering
Rudy.
from COVID,
Yeah.
who was in another movie where he was feeling himself, but I thought he was about to go get him some WAP,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
quite interesting. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
I didn't see that
I'll
movie.
show you because it's on Amazon, and I can show you the movie.
Okay.
It's quite disturbing to see this old man lay down on the bed and stick his hand in his pants.
Oh no.
It's quite disturbing. So
What movie is?
I'll show you. I can't think of the name of it, but it's one of those Borat movies or something like
Oh,
that.
I can't wait to see that.
It's quite surprising that he didn't know he was being set up.
Wow.
But he didn't because he was so
Are you
horny.
talking about the Giuliani character?
No, this is real. This is
No,
Rudy.
Yeah, that's
Rudy
what I
did
mean.
this.
Oh,
That's what I
Rudy
mean.
was in a movie.
That's what I mean.
That's what he
Yes.
talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Rudy Giuliani.
He's actually in
He's
the
a
movie.
character.
But he's playing himself in the thing.
Yeah, well, he's a
He
buffoon.
think he's doing an interview with a Russian reporter.
He's a buffoon number 2.
Was he sweating that day too?
Because
No.
Oh.
No.
ooh,
He
we ain't
didn't
even
have-
gonna talk about the dye on the side of his face. You are 99 years old and you're gonna put some black dye in your hair, really?
Well, you know,
And then don't have a sweating issue and wear dye.
And it's running down your
And it's
face.
running down your face.
right.
He look like Shaniqua from down the street.
It reminded me of when people used to have Jerry curls and they put their head
Oh,
on the
the
pillow and they
juice.
come up in the juice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that
what it
was
reminded me
Rudy
of.
Giuliani. Give up the black dye.
Oh, Tony didn't like that because he used to have a Jerry
Who
curl.
was Tony?
You are old.
Tone didn't like that.
So anyway, any more fun facts about our illustrious number
Well, I'm-
45?
you know,
'Cause I
I'm-
can't count this 12 days down fast enough.
I can't believe that you didn't pay attention until they said something sexual.
Yeah, well, I actually watched a couple episodes of The Apprentice, and you
Okay.
know, I thought he was. I liked it because he was kind of shrewd. He was kind of cutthroat. You know,
He
you
was
don't
entertaining.
see that a lot on TV.
He was entertaining.
You know, and it was fairly scripted, but still, it was like a reality show that was new.
True.
But that was really his character, piece of his character.
And that's what we lived through for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
A reality show.
Yeah, we lived through this is his true character.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not a good person.
He's not.
And I can't believe
He's
that
not.
50% of this population actually supported him and wanted him to be our president. A businessman that fails miserably in business.
Well, it's interesting because when he was running for election, I actually was out of the country and talking to people outside of the country before the first election for him. And they were saying, y'all not seriously going to elect him as president, are you? And me being who I am, saying, oh no, he's not going to win.
Well, none of us thought he was going to win. He didn't even know that he was going
But
to win.
he won. And so I got some phone calls, and it's like amazing how outside of the USA, they're really looking at us like, what are y'all doing? Because people really don't believe it when we say United States is one of the greatest countries, if not the greatest. People really look up to
We
us.
are the superpower, clearly.
So-
and so for us to do this is a black eye for America. And if you haven't realized it, this week should have confirmed it for you. We are the laughing stock of this world. to
Yeah.
have let this man get into office, and all of his supporters, shame on you for believing this liar, because that's what he is. He is a liar.
Lies.
And you know, when we fact check him, he's lied 29,000 times. And so how could you believe anything that he says? And the fact that you do makes our country look bad, and it makes you look bad.
Yeah, because when you think about it, 29,000 times of lies or misleading information, which most of this is very much so flat out lies and distorting the truth. And to see that people, even though the person who, the woman who died, I don't want to see anyone die, but
Wait, the
she
one that
was a
got shot?
supporter.
The one that
she
got
was a
shot in there.
supporter of him.
But she climbed through the window.
Yeah, I'm not
and
saying
she shouldn't
that
have
part.
climbed
But
through
what
the
I'm saying is,
window.
how do you explain that if that woman had kids, that you died?
That's her responsibility. She took herself down to DC, and she decided, she made the conscious choice to go into the Capitol illegally.
Was her name Karen?
It should have been,
Okay.
but she got shot. But regardless of that, how many African Americans have been shot for less stuff than that?
Exactly.
And so I'm sorry that happened to her, but if it was black people doing that, it would have been more bloodshed.
You wouldn't have made it to the third step.
It wouldn't have been 5 people killed. It would have been hundreds, if not thousands of people. And so I'm sorry. I don't feel like that is a big deal.
No, not. I mean,
Life
I'm
is
not,
a big deal,
I'm not saying
but
that part. What
because-
I'm saying is that how you go back and explain that to your family that this is what you supported. Like, she supported this and she lost her life. I mean, I don't understand that part of it.
Well, remember, she believed in the cause. So she believed that this election was stolen, and so she's going to go and show somebody, the senators, Congress, that they're wrong.
So, do you believe that this is a cult?
It's not a cult because it's not that organized, but I do believe that he has a way of manipulating people into believing him. Remember, that's how he got his business. His first hotel that he got in New York was his ability to make people believe that this is going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. And so he's been doing that for years and years. That is his MO.
I think it's a little bit more than that. Basically, to make America great again, white folks are becoming the minority, and they don't want that.
There's some black folks in that crew too.
But it's not. They don't want that, and white folks want to stay in power,
Yes.
and they're losing their power.
Well, that's like anybody who has power wants to stay in power. No one
Once you
who is
have it,
in
you
power
don't wanna lose it.
wants to lose power. So yes, I agree with that. But the hate that he has spewed over the last 4 years, the name calling has just been embarrassing, not only to him but to our country. And I'm just glad that we are at the end of this era. Good riddance to number 45. Anything else that we need to talk about him? But we got 1 more minute.
We got 1 more minute.
I want to know why he's so fixated on Biden's son. Why does he care what he's
I think that was the shell game. He wanted to deflect on people looking at him.
Oh, yeah, he's
so he
good
wanted
at
to bring
that.
up another issue because he never would answer. If you ask him a direct question, he's going to deflect and pull something else up so everybody can like, woo, what are you talking about now?
That's
So
very political.
That's what he does.
But Biden's son, find something on Biden. Why are you messing with his son? Because I'm sure if we look into Trump's kids, we'll find a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, let's talk about this right quick, this coronavirus and his handling of the coronavirus.
What do you mean him handling?
Or lack thereof.
Okay.
Because remember, last March, he said that it would go away.
He said, let's
Anybody?
go away.
Has it gone away yet?
No, it has not.
No, it has not.
He also said drink some Clorox.
Yeah, he did say drink some Clorox. I don't know how many people actually did that.
They
but-
did say it was a couple, like
Yeah.
4 or 5 people who actually did do it.
Okay,
So-
that's a little deranged. Let's see, what else is on there? Oh, remember, he supports African American communities,
You what?
and he has black friends.
Well, remember when he was in it, he said, my blacks over there.
Oh, blacks over there.
He said, my blacks over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he's just been
So
horrible.
to me, it was when you say my blacks,
yeah, Yeah.
as if he own them.
I just can't say.
I don't
enough.
even
And
think you could find a black suit when he had suits in Macy's.
Oh,
I think
wow.
all his suits were blue because he didn't want to have a black suit.
You know what? And his stuff is made in China.
Man, where?
In China,
Mm.
because I had one of his ties.
You had a what?
I had a Trump tie.
They
This
were
was
nasty.
before he became,
They
the
weren't
president.
even well made.
I know they really wasn't. But
We gotta
anyway,
come back on that because
Yeah.
I'm like.
I think we need a part 2 because we got more stuff
I'm
to
looking
say
at you
about
side
Trump.
eye.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna put you in the same category. I'm gonna put another friend of ours who just let it be known that he supports Trump.
Oh, but wait. Lies After Trump. That was the title of this podcast.
Yes, it was.
We thank you for listening. This is AJ.
This is Bryce.
And we are
Filter, no filter brothers.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is AJ.
This is Bryce.
And you can find us on multiple platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Audible.
You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have a new phone number, 513-401-5715, and our email is filternofilterbrothers@gmail.com.
So download, listen, like, and share.